to our speaker of today's session, Shalini Kenderji. Ma'am, on an average, we keep on calling people from corporate and academia, and 50% interest we take it from FMS and 50% is taken by the BMS. So this particular move of today's calling you on the board was purely on DMS call. So first of all, thank you, Professor Vidya Arora, and your entire team for being so courteous to look on the health issues. As far as welcoming is concerned, on behalf of Faculty of Management Studies and Department of Management Studies board, I welcome you from my core of my heart and hope to have your 50 minutes of session purely linking to the different pinned structure of COVID-19 health issues. So as a doctor, you can understand the basic realities, basic commonalities, and basic channelities of what things can be moved further and what precautions we are going to take up. So I will not be taking much time between you and your pitch. So welcome on behalf of Gurukul Kamini University, Dr. Shalini Gender on softball. Over to Dr. Shalini Gender, please. Thank you, ma'am.
Hello, Dr. Shalini Gendar. Hello, Dr. Shalini.
I think there's some problem with her ID, ma'am. I think she's not seen on the softboard.
I'll just check. I'll just check.
Sure. Yes, she has come, ma'am. Dr. Shalini, can you unmute yourself, please?
Dr. Shalini, hello.
She need to unmute yourself. Dr. Dangwal, can you unmute Dr. Shalini, please?
Yes, sir.
Dr. Shalini, you can unmute yourself, please. I can see you on the board, please.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Dr. Shalini, please.
Hello, I'm just trying to
yes,
connect.
please. You can start, Dr. Shalini.
Coming in this screen.
Dr. Bindu.
Yes, Professor Singh.
Ma'am, I could see Professor Demija Studies are also on board. So, on behalf of Faculty of Management Studies, we all welcome Professor Demija, who is the founder dean of FMS and DMS.
A very good morning, Demija sir.
Yes.
Hello. I'll request all the participants to switch off their videos. Please switch off your mics and videos. There are some internet issues. I'll request all the participants to please switch off their videos and mics to be muted. Dr. Shalini, are you able to hear me? Hello?
She needs to be unmuted, ma'am. I think you can call her because she has muted herself.
Yes, Professor Singh, I'm calling her.
Sure.
Dr. Anil, can you please unmute her?
Ma'am, she is not visible in the participants list now.
Okay, okay, okay. There are some network issues with her. She'll join soon. Please be here.
Okay, ma'am.
ये वाला हाँ ये स्पीकर है आप सुनाई दे रहा है आपका वॉइस अब
Hello, Dr. Shalini. Dr. Shalini. Hello.
बिंदु मैम।
Yes, Professor Singh.
मैम आप मुझे बात कर लीजिए उनसे, देखो टेलीफोन पर फोन पे बात
नहीं,
टेक्निकल इशू उनके
I called her. I called her up. She is having some network problem.
जी 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 जी। उनको ये कह दीजिए कि अगर लैपटॉप में प्रॉब्लम आ रही है तो वो मोबाइल से अपना आगे शेयर कम।
Oh, okay, okay. I'll call her again. I'll just call her again.
Dr. Shalini.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Please go ahead. We are listening to you, ma'am.
Dr. Shalini, please, you can start. Yes,
Hello?
you're audible. Please start. Dr. Shalini.
Hello, Bindu.
Hanji, good morning, sir. Welcome, sir.
Good morning. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you, sir, for being here. It's really a pleasure seeing you here.
Welcome.
Morning, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. We can.
So it goes to you, sir. Just now you called me, so I was in impression that I'm going to send you the link. Thank you very much for joining the board, sir. Thank you. Dr. Shalini, please unmute yourself. I request you. Yeah, you have some problem from your side. You need to unmute yourself, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, here come, ma'am. Dr. Shalini.
Hello, Dr. Shalini. Hello. Dr. Shalini?
Yes.
Please start. You are audible. Please start. Dr. Shalini, please go ahead. We are able to hear you. Please. Dr. Anil? Dr. Anil?
Yes,
Hello?
ma'am.
Dr. Anil, please share the
Yes, ma'am.
slides. So,
Okay, ma'am.
Dr.
I
Shalini will
will
start
share.
with the presentation.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Hello, participants. In the meantime, we have with Dr. Shalini just to put you to notice that on 16th of June at 11 a.m., Professor Pawan, who is an MDI director, he will be joining on the board. And on 24th of this month, I am Indore director, Professor Rai. He will also be joining on board. So please schedule your date and be confirmed with the Facebook or the messages from the coordinators. Thank you.
Is the slide visible, ma'am? Hello.
Dr. Anil, abhi to it's not visible.
Okay, ma'am.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Shalini?
Hello. I'm very sorry for these technical issues which have really spoiled the day today. I am trying to. There was some unavoidable situations. Can you just share my slide, please? I have taken help from my daughter, who is present with me, and would you be
Dr. Shalini, please carry on. Dr. Anil will
yes,
share the slides.
okay.
Please.
Now,
Hello. Are the slides visible, ma'am?
yes.
Yes,
Yes.
it's visible now.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. So I'm very thankful to Bindu for my kind introduction, and I'm really very sorry. I'm very thankful to Professor VK Singh for having me on this talk. Yeah, I go on with my presentation. I took up this topic was because we need health management and the doctors are not reachable. So I thought that this was the right time to present what we need for the health management in today's day. So if we all know that COVID-19 has really impacted our lives. The health goals what should be our health goals at home, and how it is really actually impacting our emotional health, how we are going to prevent ourselves or save ourselves from COVID-19, what have to be the workplace protocols, and how we are going to deal with ourselves if we come in contact with COVID-19. So these are the problems which nobody can answer once you are actually troubled. And suppose you develop COVID, then what is going to be the home management, and what are the alert signs when you go to the when you need to go to the hospital. So all we know when I'm talking about management of health, we all had a lot of time, and now we wanted to know what are the actual baseline determinants of our health. That is our age, the family history, because family history of diabetes, etc., has a lot of impact on our health, the lifestyle choices. What are you eating because actually we are 80% water. So the rest of it is what we are eating, we are making ourselves. How active you are, whether you smoke or whether you take alcohol. These are all very important things when health management is there. The first, we know that the biggest wealth is health, as Dr. VK Singh mentioned. So what are the healthy options we have? Because nowadays you look at the media and you have so many options of cooking, and so many people are trying new things. So you should go for whole grains, wheat, maize, brown rice, pulses. This we all know. But you have to include 400 grams of fruit and vegetables every day. That is a must. And that does not include potatoes. So limit your sugar intake. Do not top your food with sugars. You have an habit of putting 1 spoon. I love sugar. So then it should not be more than 20% of sugar in any food. So that means if you are making a cake, it is equal maida and equal sugar. So do not choose this recipe, choose another recipe. Then avoid candies, and that sugar is increasing your cardiovascular risks for heart attacks. So avoid all whites. Then these are the rice, sugar, salt, and maida. So the fruit and vegetable intakes, you can all make it a part of your each diet. Now, the salt intake. So if you are having, what is the actual limit of, you are trying so many things. So it is actually 6 grams or 1 teaspoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt. You do not take more than that. And that has to be divided throughout your diet, the whole day of diet. So children of 1 to 3 years, it is 2 grams. So actually age wise, the salt distribution is also different. So what are the high salt foods? If you look at it, is all things are lying on your tables. The pickles, the papad, the salami, the cheese, roasted nuts, soy sauce, ketchups, pizza. So actually you are taking too much of salt every day. So what is the global WHO health goals? Reduce the global population intake of salt by 30% by 2025 and halt the rise of diabetes and obesity in adolescent people. Now, what about the fat? Fat, that the intake of fat has to be divided into saturated fats, trans fats, and polyunsaturated fatty acids. And of course, then these come the ruminant fats. So I will tell you briefly what about these. Your 30% of energy will come from the fats, and the unsaturated fats are the ones which you see: sunflower, soybean, canola, or olive oils. Replace your saturated fats. You think that your mother told you ghee is very good, but actually it has to be only 10% of your diet. The trans fats are the ones which are coming in the pizza and other foods which you are getting in the, like all the pre-packed snacks, the frozen things, all have trans fats. And the ruminant trans fats are found in the dairy or the meats. So eating reduced fat dairy foods and lean meats or trimming, you are cooking meat, there is some fat, cut that out. Then change to the boiled vegetables or limiting your consumption of the baked. And this is the actual fat limit which you should have per day. So what are the superfoods? Why they have been given so much emphasis in today's world is, all the things, if you go to the market, you will actually have nothing to eat but only the superfoods. There is so much of variety available in the market and they're all present in the kitchens. So the WHO has said, change your diet habits, come back to the healthy, and it starts in utero and continues with breastfeeding. The children who are breastfed actually are less likely to be obese in their lifetime and have healthy eating habits. Now, if you come, it seems that the alcohol is the lifeline of our country, the way the rush was there after the lockdown opened up. So people should, what is the limit of alcohol? Alcohol, you have at least 2 alcohol-free days and stick to 2 standard drinks per drinking day. Now, there is an important thing is maintain your oral health. We all know, brush twice daily, use soft bristles, and you have to rinse your mouth every day after every meal. Stop these sticky foods to be eaten, especially in night, and do flossing twice a week. And look at this last line, don't use toothpicks and hard brush. They're both going to cause injury to the gums, and repeated injuries can lead to cancers. So you have to visit your dentist at least once a year. Now, children, what is the activity they should have? It should be at least 60 minutes of moderate to vigorous activity per day and at least 3 days per week. This should include activities that strengthen muscles and bones. So now, if you look at the adults aged over 18 years, do at least 150 minutes of moderate intensity exercise in a week or 75 minutes of vigorous intensity exercise in a week. Then for developing and maintaining musculoskeletal health, muscle strengthening activity involving major muscle groups should be done on at least 2 or more days a week. In addition, older adults with more mobility should do physical activity to enhance balance and prevent fall. So it should not be According to the age, you modify. Adults, you see so many of them, they are doing yoga these days. So you need to understand that you have to have 150 minutes of moderate exercise a week or 75 minutes of vigorous exercise. The challenge is, even if we know all this, majority of the adolescents are not able to meet the goals. They are spending excessive time engaging in sedentary habits, behaviors such as watching TV, playing video games, and other screen activities. So what is now, before we say that actually this person has a sedentary lifestyle, what is sedentary lifestyle? It is, if you are taking 10,000 steps a day, you are an active person. But if you are not taking these 10,000 steps, you are a sedentary person. And sedentary, it has a direct impact on your health. And 60 to 85% of the population is not active these days. So you are likely to you gain weight, lose muscle strength, bones, and your metabolism is affected. Your hormonal profile is affected, and this is leading to inflammation and also to cancers. So these are so many diseases you know of which are being caused by inactive lifestyle. These are so many cancers: bladder, breast, colon, endometrial is the uterus cancer, or the esophageal cancers, or the lung, stomach cancers, which are being caused by the this sedentary lifestyle. Now, how can I be more active at work? Now, you get up from the chair, move at least once an hour, stand when you are talking on the phone, take the stairs instead of elevators, use your breaks, or take in the lunch, you take a walk, stand up and walk to your colleague's office rather than calling him up on the phone or sending him an email. Now, in the next slide, I'm showing that the woman with what is happening, which are the women, which cancers you can screen when you are you should be having the knowledge of that. It is the breast. You should have pap smear for the cancer of the cervix, which is the mouth of the uterus. Then any abnormal bleeding, you have to go to, especially if you are more than 40 years, you need to go to the hospital to show yourself. Then if you have a family history of cancer, and especially if somebody in your family has got a cancer at a very young age, you must go. These are especially in the breast cancers. Then if you are having continuous, you are beyond 40 and you are having continuous itching in the private parts and there is some ulceration, it is a sinister sign. You have to go to the doctor. Now the men, they are more prone to the lung, the liver, the prostate cancer, and there are some unisex issues like the colon cancers, the skin and the oral cancers, for which there can be screening done, but you have to go to the doctor for that. So this is a slide. This is a slide where I'm showing how to do the breast self-examination. It is once a month or 2 to 3 days after periods. Examine your breast and armpit with raised arms. Use your fingertips. Then you have to examine the breast thoroughly. You know, there are the different methods you have to examine your breast. Examine the breast in the mirror for lumps or skin dimpling. Change in color. Of course, any nipple also is a sign there may be a problem. Now the skin checks. Check your skin regularly. Unusual moles, freckles, they all need dermatologist opinion. Now there are some complaints where you can look at your home, like the constipation, diarrhea, heartburn, or there are some, for these you can buy medicines and they are mostly linked to your eating habits. But something which keeps you awake, any pain which keeps you awake needs an opinion of the doctor. Now, what are the warning signs when you need to go to the doctor? There is a change in the pattern of how your bowel works, bleeding from the bottom, worsening of or heartburn, indigestion or stomach pain, losing weight unexpectedly, or difficulty swallowing. So these are the things where you need to go to the doctor. So is it now, there is a very important question in the lockdown, fertility has increased, but is it the right time to plan your child? Well, we do not have the data on what is going to be the effect of coronavirus on the babies who are conceived. So we are not encouraging planning conception. So use the contraceptions and don't plan your child if you are planning to conceive. Coming to the blood pressure, you should be having, if you can manage, you know, it is a 1,500 rupees investment. Buy a blood pressure machine if you're beyond 40 and you can check it regularly. But every person should at least have 2 yearly if it is normal. If you are over 40 years, then your blood pressure is on the higher side. You have to check it more regularly. So what are the devices? This is a device which I said it is around 1500 to 2000. It is available online. You can keep it, and the normal blood pressure is, it should be more than 100 systolic, and the diastolic blood pressure is 80 millimeters of mercury. This is the machine which is showing the normal. Now coming to the heart rate, we should be knowing what is normal heart rate. And when we do the cardio exercises, the heart rate actually goes almost up to double. So what is the normal baseline heart rate? We should be knowing, and what is the cardio exercises are going to do? They are going to double your heart rate. The respiration, we should know, anything more than 20 is worrisome. You are having some problem, go to the doctor. Temperature, I think most of the people, everybody knows what is the temperature. So when is the doctor needed? You may find conditions that need treatment. You may find that you have risk factors for a disease, and so there is a role of preventive care in the, so there you should have regular visits to the doctor, but of course not in the pandemic. So the regular checkups are important, because you can definitely find out some of the problems, and you can get your blood sugar, cholesterol and thyroid profile according to your physique, which may be required at the regular time. Now in the pandemic, what you can do, pandemic has affected ourselves completely. Put down your smartphones. Smartphones need to be put down, and the effect of digital media on our eyes, which needs to be seen. What is the effect it is having on our eyes? So the average American dedicates around 10 hours on the screen. And if you see, the eyewear are specifically manufactured for the people who are using too much computer. They have anti-reflective coatings, these eyeglasses. And then you have a color tint which increases the contrast and therefore decreases the harsh light from entering our screens. And when using such protective eye cares, your eyes are able to relax. So I hope the next slide is displayed. So what is important is learn to introduce the breaks into your screen time. A good ratio is often called as 20-20-20 rule. At something you are look far away at something which is 20 feet away, and after every 1 hour take a break, and these breaks reduce the stress on your eyes. This is a very simple thing. Blink your eyes. Blink your eyes will replenish the moisture which you are having lost, dryness because of watching too much of the media or the computers. Now the digital rays are the blue forms of rays. They are affecting your eyes. The computer vision syndrome is the visual discomfort you or your kids can experience. You can see the kids are watching the media and they are blinking too many. This is called the computer vision syndrome, or they keep their eyes very small. So if you have a long-term use, this can have. Now, next slide is that the impact of computing on the skin. Using phone for a very long time and the effect is that it crow feet on your face. You can see the crow feet on your face. I hope it is seen, the wrinkling at the corner of your eyes. Then you can see the under eye darkening. That is the baggy eyes. Then you can have the stress impact on that is because of the lack of sleep. You are not able to get your sleep. And of course, there is an impact on the because you are keeping the mobile too close to your face. You are getting dermatitis, you are getting rashes, and there is a chance of breakout of acne because the infection is the infective bacteria are always there in the mobile phones. So the problem is, the impact is the octopus of social media is it is a major health issue. It is affecting the sexual health, the mental health, the intellect, behavior, the sleep disorders, and so many things which I think everybody understands. Now, less than 2 years, no media. More than 2 years, okay, limit to 2 hours, and turn off the phones, keep them in the airplane mode in the night, and do not keep them on the dinner tables because they carry bacteria. Remember that, and wash your hands before you start, after you touch your phone, before you start eating your food. Now, next slide is the impact on the mental health. The impact is so severe of the pandemic. There is domestic violence has increased, mutual expectations have increased, bonding of course has increased, but the balance is critical. Too much bonding is also leading to more wars. The lifestyle has changed drastically. You have realized the value of so many things which you never realized previously. But then because of it has impacted your finances, it is increasing to insecurity, anxiety, frustration, and leading to depression. And there has been an increase in the total cases of suicide, which because of the pandemic. So in the next slide, listen to music, relax with yoga. Hello. Relax with yoga and recharge with exercise. Take care of yourself, promote overall wellness. Now, it is natural that there is going to be a feeling of anxiety, feeling of doubt, and feeling of sadness. This is all a part of pandemic, and you need to emphasize on your hobbies and take time on reading. Social distancing does not mean social isolation. Keep connected. And if you're at least 8 hours, all the which you to the prevention, you all are aware and you have read so much on social thing, and in they are wanting 2 meters. So it depends on whether you can keep it 2. Paper and dispose. Carry a bottle of sanitizer.
Dr. Shalini, sorry to intervene in between. Your voice is cracking. Hello, Dr.
My
Shalini.
voice is cracking. Okay.
Now it's okay. Now okay. Okay. So, just a minute. Very important step, keeping yourself, you're cleaning your hands, that is washing. This is Suman K. Sida, ulta, in between the fingers, then it is the muthi, then it is the angutha, then it is the nails, and then it is the kalai. So these are the very important steps. You can teach your children how to wash your hands, and it should be 20 seconds. You can do Om Bhurbhuva Swaha or some happy birthday to you. This is any way you can teach your children. But the Suman K is very, very important. This you can, I hope, Bindu, you are able to hear me, please. Yes, Dr. Shalini, please carry on. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Now now coming to the lot of myths and so confused, washing groceries, coming clothing, and whether you have to bath. Because now you know the coronavirus is going to survive on metal, and for steel it is on 2 to 3 days, glass 5 days, wood 4 days, cardboard 1 day, copper 4 hours, copper and aluminum 4 hours, and food does not spread. That is what they are saying. So that is why the delivery foods have been allowed, and the fabric we are not confirmed how long. So accordingly you can have your own protocols how you are going to disinfect. The best is use the soap, soda, all these things are not very practical. Use the soap, wash fruit in water, groceries in air dry. Refrigeration actually does not kill the coronavirus. No heat, no cold, no kills the this bad bacteria, this bad virus. And limit person in our house, I think all is walking inside the house. It is actually not, just maintain your hand. You have papers where said that betadine gargles will return from the market because this virus is going through the nasopharynx. So if you are doing betadine gargles, it might help. Using gloves is not needed until and unless what be safe. Office, work from home preferred, and avoid lifts. Also, do not take food to work, but keep vacant. Washings should be more installed. Thermal should be before into office. Enter the office when you wash and sanitize the doorknobs where the is possible. Ready, because now the lockdown has been lifted up to is is very important, which I think everybody knows, that person who has 7 hours. So now, what about the cuffing? Now, I hope the slide is displayed. This is very, very important. Now, we know we are all afraid of people who are cuffing. Now, what you do, this is a wrong way of cuffing. You can see this lady is using a taper. Use your cuff. Okay, use your cuff while you are cuffing, and then don't use a tissue paper, not a towel, when you've had some discharge from the nose or you after sneezing. And of course, discard everything. Now, the biggest is next slide. The problem is that you have to use the face masks or not. Internationally, there has been a lot of controversy about this. And coming to what is N95 mask, these are the masks which are giving protection from the coronavirus, which according to the size of the virus, about 90 to 95% of the protection is being given by the N95 mask. The FFP1 masks are actually giving up to 80% of protection. These are the FFP1 masks which people are using. These are the different colored masks, you can say, but an N95 mask has been tested in a special way to give you protection. So these are the other masks available in the market are the surgical masks. Next slide. The surgical masks are the masks which you are using. They are 3-plied masks. They have to be disposed of after 6 hours. So do not reuse them. And this is a very important. Cloth mask, they are giving to protection up to 1/3. At least they are not letting my viruses go out, at least, but not preventing from the other viruses, because the aerosols are everywhere. They will not protect you from if it is present in the environment, but if you are infected, it will not go to the next person. But remember, washing is very important at 60-degree temperature. Once you are back from your office, do not put it in the pocket, but put it into the washing, which is very important, and wash it and do not reuse it. So the steps of mask wearing. Next slide. You should all be seeing this. Clean your hands before you put on a mask. Don't touch the outer side of the mask. Okay. Now, the mask should be well fitted. Don't touch in the front of the mask. Now, do not reuse. And as I said, wash at 60 degrees. Now, coming to the eye protectives, what are the eye protectives which you should use? See, any person who's standing in the public, like the security guards, should have an eye shield. Okay. And if you are having too much working, then put an eye shield like this. This is very cheap and you can make your own selves. Now, coming to the next slide, this is very important. What are the most common symptoms? Fever is present in 98% of the patients with coronavirus. Dry cough can be there, or there can be tiredness and pain. So these are the most common symptoms, and most of the patients are going to present with it. Less common symptoms are, there is a loss of taste. This is very, very classical of coronavirus. There is going to be sore throat, diarrhea, and there is conjunctivitis and headache, and there is a rash on skin or discoloration of the finger toes. So this is the conjunctivitis caused by coronavirus. So it is such a hidden enemy. You can't actually make out how it is going to be presenting to you. So, but the thing is, fever is the first sign which comes up. Now, teleconsultation is required. Do not rush to the doctor, because you are going to carry the virus to his office, and he should be protected, because there is a limitation of doctor. So call him and take the advice. Now, how long is the person going to be effective? It is usually starts 2 days prior to he gets symptoms, and continues till he starts improving. So after that, suppose you have come in contact with a person who has had coronavirus, then you are likely to get coronavirus in the next 7 days. So the 7 days, the symptoms usually start up. Therefore, any person who has contacted a coronavirus patient will be tested on the 8th day. If a 7 days quarantine, and around 7th to 8th day, they are going to. Now, what are the gadgets you will need when you are having coronavirus? Thermometer, of course. These are you all know the new kind of thermometers which are there. Then the weighing machine is just because it is just a very cheap investment. You can keep, this is for the general health, not for the coronavirus. And these are the pulse oximeters which will tell you the oxygen. If you can buy, there are around 1800 available online. You can buy them, and they will tell you your oxygen saturation. So if you are having fever or symptoms, you can stay at home, but you have to keep on checking your oxygen saturation, and it should not be less than 93%. So if your oxygen saturation is well maintained, you are having symptoms, you can be at home. Now, most likely you are going to recover. There is a very, very important thing. You will recover. If you are diabetic, asthmatic, or lung, or you are having cancer, or then you have to keep yourself confined at home strictly, and you are more likely to get it. And if you get, you have to consult your doctor, because you are the one who is likely to have a complication. So outside the enemy exists, stay at home. Now, what do I do if I get symptoms? Isolate the person with a separate bathroom, give the person a mask, all family members to arrange the mask, and keep on changing meters, all the family members to use mask, as I said. Then pulse oximeter if you can arrange, fever to be controlled with paracetamol, and the cough syrup. So please keep these things arranged in your houses. Anybody can get corona. You do not know, somebody will have. You will not get a doctor at your hand. So these advices are very important. Keep these paracetamol, cough syrup, and whatever I am saying, these are important. Send the message to the health authorities to check you. If you are lucky, they will come. If you are in NCR, probably you will not be able to manage. Make a plan for further treatment. And who is going to help you? Testing of the other family members has also to be arranged. You need to go to the hospital if your symptoms are not improving after 1 week, or you are not able to cope up with the symptoms, or your condition is getting worse. These are very, very important. So if your serious symptoms are difficulty in breathing, chest pain, or loss of speech. So if you are having mild symptoms, you are likely to be managed at home. With the increasing load of the disease, you are going to be at home. So keep your things arranged when you get mild symptoms. Now, home remedies actually are not working. Natural boosters are not working, but you can just take them because there is no harm. Honey, lemon, ginger, and garlic, according to CDC, WHO, is actually not working, but you can just take it. Saline gargle, steam inhalation is not helping. Cough syrup, yes, it is helping to control your cough. Now, if you have a person infected and you are the attendant, you have a child, who's symptomatic, wear a good mask, wear gloves, use eye cover, keep a distance of 2 meters, and discard everything once you come out of the room. Cover your eyes, disinfect all the utensils, and if the person moves out of the room, disinfect all the items touched by the person. Ensure that the AC vents are not in the room. Now, this is what is our setup. This is, you can see my this is the NHE where we are managing the coronavirus, and this is in between, you can see me preparing for a case, and this is how we are operating these days. And we have some of the lucky patients who are going home and from my institute, that is PGI Chandigarh. So we are all worried. We are worried as physicians, and we are also worried for you people who are at home, and probably you will not be able to manage health. Healthcare advisor is a help when you are having mild symptoms, but keep your diaries, keep your protocols. Who is going to help you in case of need? If somebody gets symptoms, you should all have something arranged for yourself for the coming few days, because it has started now. Preparation was 2 months, now started. So stay safe in these difficult times. Then hope all of you will not need a health specialist advice. Hope you gain something from these simple advices to remain alert, and also keep prepared for the coming days. These are my simple advices. Thank you so much. Hello.
Hello, Dr. Shalini. Thank you so much for giving us so many tips relating to the eating styles, lifestyles, and all. Now we have a few questions, Dr. Shalini. Now, first question is from Mr. Rupesh. He wants to know that how much protein requirement is required in daily life. Hello?
The protein requirement. Hello?
Hello, yes?
Hello? Yes.
Mr. Rupesh, you can unmute yourself and ask your question.
Hello.
Hello, Dr. Shalini. The question is by Mr. Rupesh, how much protein requirement in daily life?
See, the protein requirement is according to whether you are a growing child or whether you are coping with the illness. 80% of protein is enough for you, because the main energy is coming from the carbohydrates. Too much protein, it also depends. I cannot give a blanket statement that this is going to be your protein requirement. Suppose you have a liver disease or you are having a kidney disease, then the protein requirement would be decreased. So they are actually variable. Protein requirements are variable according to what the person is.
Okay, thank you. And one query from our research scholar, Nabila. She wants to ask that she's very much obsessed with salt, and she cannot eat her meals without having salt. So what can she do to get rid of this thing?
That is why actually I included this slide, because you do not know that you are taking so much salt. One is that you are obsessed with salt. Second is the Indian habit of eating namkeens, snacks, poppers, pickles. You do not know you are you are actually disposing yourself to these things. So change your habit. Even the dried roasted nuts, prefer the salt. So how you are going to change?
Hello.
Hello, yes.
Yes, Dr. Shalini. And there is one participant, Sandhya. She wants to know which cough syrup.
See, the cough syrups, any cough syrup, because in corona itself, it is not going to help you, but it will slightly sedate you and keep your cough signs, it will limit your cough signs. So Alex cough syrup, or, I love the cough syrup, which is Cofril. So Cofril is one cough syrup which actually works. So I always keep it handy. So the most important thing is coronavirus, only paracetamol, no painkillers. It will make symptoms. So no painkillers. Painkillers are going to, and if you are having painkillers, limit according to your disease. I'm not saying stop them, but you cannot take too much of painkillers.
Dr. Shalini, we have one more query from Mr. Vikas. He actually, his question is that farmers are using chemical vaccine on green vegetables. So what is the impact on human body?
See, these are all poisonous. So that is why now the people are shifting to organic foods. And I think you have to save yourself. You have to invest. You have time. Plan. People are growing vegetables in their baskets, in their small sacks, rope sacks, everywhere. Go towards organic. Try to avoid these chemicals, because they are going to harm your body in causing cancers, what all, digestive problems. So I think you have to manage how you are going to. That is why the organic foods are expensive. You don't even know these are also the silent killers. We are afraid of coronavirus. Coronavirus is causing 3.5 to 5% mortality, but there are so many other killers in our life which we are, these are the hidden killers.
Dr. Shalini, then we have a query from Mr. Praveen. His question is, how can we increase our immunity maybe in a short time?
See, we are believing that our improved immunity is going to save us from corona. But the people who are falling sick are actually healthy people. So it is, it is like we are praying to God that I should not be the chosen one, to have corona. And we are believing our immunity will play a role. But basically, this virus is getting into our cell and it is becoming a part of our body. And if your basic system is fine, you are going to flush out this virus without causing damage. Otherwise, you can't prevent. So is being told that there must have been so many webinars on a lot of advices, but as a scientific person, I don't want to give you any immune modulators.
Okay. And there is one question from Mr. Shukla. Are Ayush medicines helpful in protection and immunity?
See, till now, everything has failed in front of corona. So I would not say we do not have any experience. We were very proud of ourselves that we have done so many research. Change of paradigm where this is the worst. I can say nothing is there, which can help you.
Any other query Participants, if you have a query, please unmute yourself and you can ask. Chalo, thank you, Dr. Shalini. You have given us so much, all the queries you have answered. And on the soft board, I'm very happy to see Professor Dhamija, sir, our former dean. A very good morning to you, sir, and it was really nice to see you here. Then Professor B.C. Sharma also, and my fellow colleagues from Dehradun. And now I request Dr. Vijayashree Sangwan to give a vote of thanks. Dr. Vijayashree?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Professor Bindu Arora, ma'am. I, Vijayashree Sangwan, on behalf of the organizing committee, I thank you, Dr. Shalini, ma'am, for enlightening us on there's so many, health problems, their symptoms, and their cures and cautions that everybody is required to take. And this knowledge, it is so much required, not only in the current times, but also this knowledge is required in general always. All of the participants, all of the participants can draw the inference that how much important it is to follow yoga and exercise regime to maintain overall health. And the most important aspect, ma'am, is that which you mentioned, that how important it is to not get trapped in the web of myths, which usually everybody does. So thank you so much, ma'am, and it is great to have you here giving this webinar, even after so much technical problems. In the middle of this, you managed to give such a enlightening webinar to us. Thank you so much, ma'am. Further, I thank here all the former and present professors of FMS and DMS, Professor Satish Dhamija sir, Professor Pankaj Madan sir, Professor Surikha Rana madam, Professor Patiraj madam, Professor and coordinator, Professor Bindu Arora madam, Professor Poonam Panuli ma'am, and all the other professors, and our director of the webinar and dean of FMS, Professor V.K. Singh sir, and Dr. Anil Dangwal sir, Dr. Vagish Paliwal sir, Dr. Amit Agarwal, Dr. Mihir Joshi, Dr. Ashish Arya, Dr. Sanchit, and everybody out there, ma'am. So all these people are there very keenly.
Hello, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please.
Will you please ask one question on my behalf?
Please, sir.
What exposure she can suggest for a person like my age?
Sir, actually,
I am 78 years old.
Dr. Shalini, can you please hear the question?
Yes.
Hello, Dr. Shalini.
Yeah, sir, would you please repeat?
Sir, please repeat the question.
Yes.
Shalini, my age is 78. What is special you can suggest
Okay, sir.
for a person like a senior person like me?
See, sir, I would like to say the same things as I tell my father, that please do not go out. Your age is the most risky age. Stay, even if you feel like I'm missing my routine, which I did, do not go out. It is the killer virus. So first thing. Second thing is maintain your diet and activity in your room, and read about your basic health, what you can do. That is why I included what all changes in diet. Learn about the diets, the whole grains. Your diet should be all whole grains, natural things, less of cooking, come out of the saturated fats like ghees, go to the polyunsaturated fatty acids, and the canola and sunflower oils, and then of course salt intake restriction, and keep your gadgets. Your health is your own responsibility. Nobody is going to be there with you. And of course you should be knowing about corona because you are going to be the home doctors. So you should not rush to the doctor if you have symptoms. Know that there is more problem if you go out.
Hello, madam.
And thank you, Dr. Shalini. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello, excuse me. Madam, once in a while I have to go out because I am all alone in my house.
So then I would say that use a mask, double mask, use glasses also. If you have to go out, use glasses also. And once you come out, you wash everything. Change your slippers.
That I do.
Yes.
Thank you, madam. Thank you.
So this was very important and very informative. Thank you, Dr. Shalini, and really the information which you gave, and especially we all have to become the home doctors because times are very crucial and we have to take precautions. We have to follow the advices which Dr. Shalini has given. So thank you, Dr. Shalini. Thank you so much for all the valuable information which you have given. And once again, I thanks all the participants who have been here for listening so patiently. And I hope we all have to follow the advices given by Dr. Shalini. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Shalini.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you.